When the first Count of Videgueira, one very resourceful man by the name of Vasco da Gama, first explored the maritime route from Europe to Asia, I am pretty sure that Vasco da Gama didn't quite anticipate the extent of the legacy the Portuguese would have left behind some 500 years later. Hey you, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back again, and today we are in Malacca in the Portuguese settlement. Well, actually this is the Portuguese Square, or what we call in Bahasa Malaysia, Medan Portuguese. From Kochi and Goa in India to Macau in the Far East and Malacca in Southeast Asia, these are the major outposts of the Portuguese Empire in the 15th century. The capture of Malacca in 1511 was led by one Alfonso de Albuquerque, and many years later the Portuguese who came in the battleships stayed behind, and many of them married the locals. This was due to the liberal policies of the Portuguese colonial masters, who gave freeman status to the Portuguese sailors who opted to stay behind, and also granted them exceptional tax breaks. The number of descendants of the early Portuguese settlers in Malacca who intermarried with the local Malaccan women, well, in this Portuguese settlement here itself, there are only approximately 1,200 people, and in the whole of Malaysia, you are looking at 20,000 people of Portuguese descent. 20,000 out of 33 million people in the whole of Malaysia may not appear to be much, but nonetheless, the Portuguese in Malaysia is part of our very interesting ethnic fabric or tapestry. The first wave of Portuguese in Malacca left behind many interesting landmarks in terms of bricks and mortars, and their descendants now, well, they're fighting hard to preserve the very old Portuguese Creole language, which we call Cristang, and also they have a very rich heritage in terms of their costume, the music, and most importantly, the thing that binds us all, that of food. So if you come to Malacca, this place, well, the Portuguese Square, is a must visit to give you a taste, a flavor of the Portuguese community in Malaysia. It's not only here in Malacca, but the Portuguese community worldwide is very big on fish as part of their daily diet. And that's not strange considering their forefathers were known to be competent seafarers and fishermen. Here in the Portuguese Square, there are so many stalls for you to choose from. In the evening, it's very busy, it gets crowded, but I've been recommended to come to this one, which is called J&J Corner. It's right at the end, you just can't miss it. Any visit to Malacca would not be complete without trying the ikan bakar Portuguese. That's the Portuguese grilled fish. It's not the same kind of grilled fish. Well, they don't make it the same way as the Chinese or the Malay. For the Portuguese, it is wrapped in aluminium foil, lots of spices, and even sambal petai or petai itself. And it's just perfect with a piping hot plate of rice. There's another foodie legacy left behind by the Portuguese, and not many Malaysians are aware of that, and that's the curry puffs or the curry puff. That's what we call them sometimes. It is widely believed that the curry puff is an evolution byproduct of a savory Portuguese pastry which is called empanada. don't forget the other foodie legacies left behind by the Portuguese in Malacca. You have the inchimintu, which is a kind of stuffed bitter gourd, and the double curry. I know we tend to call it the devil's curry to make it sound more exotic. This month itself, the month of June, is very special to the people in the Portuguese settlement in Malacca because in June they celebrate the Festa San Pedro. The celebration will pay homage to the patron saint of the fishermen, Saint Peter. Saint Peter is also known as the patron saint of shipbuilders and net makers. I'm Gobble Guzzle, wrapping up a very quick recce of J&J Corner in the Portuguese Square here in Malacca. Always be kind and spread the message of peace. Jumpa lagi. Bye-bye. Aquele mesmo cabelo bem maravilhoso.